Good day, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys is doing amazing, great. Today I will teach you how to make a church flyer. Very simple church flyer, exactly like this on your Android smartphone using Pixellab. In this tutorial there is a lot to learn, as I do say. Kindly watch to the end, and if you want to continue learning new skills in graphics using your smartphone, keep on watching my channel for daily tips and amazing tutorial like this. And don't hesitate, if you have any question, don't hesitate to DM. Thanks for watching. God bless you.
Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when we post new videos.
Without wasting much of our time, let's start with today's tutorial.
Diko Graphics, skills with creativity.
As I said, I will show you how to make a church flyer. So now, without wasting much of our time, let's start. Now go to your size. You go to your size and determine your size. As you can see, I want to use 1024 by 1204, and this is the size I'm going to use. So after that, we go to the background and select our background that I'm going to use. So I'm going to select this, and this is not actually the background I'm going to use. I have to blend this, but the Pixellab doesn't have the blending, but we have another way to do that. Then after selecting the blue color as the background, then you place this on top of it. So you go to relative size and increase to 100. Then you use the relative position to position it like this. Now go to the opacity, because I want the texture to be showing on the background. So go to the texture and increase it to 32. So after that, you can now copy. So after you copy, then you position it very well, exactly like this. Now the one you copy that you place on top of it, then you can increase it to 42, exactly like this. Now lock the two together, so we are good to go. So after that, the next thing that we're going to do is to go to the sticker, and you see this white stuff, so you can increase like this. You increase it like this. After you select it, don't mark it, just click the empty area on the screen so that it will retain. So after that, go to the opacity and you reduce the opacity to 70. Then after you do that, I just want a part of the center, exactly like this, to be illuminated. I want it to be illuminated. So after you do that, you lock it. Now we'll go to our test and type exploit. We type exploit. As you can see, we type exploit. Then we go to the front. And select Franklin Gothic. And select Franklin Gothic font, which is heavy regular, as you can see. Then after selecting it, then you see, after you select it, you increase the size exactly like this. Now go to the line spacing and you space it a little bit. Space it. This is too bold. There are two types of Franklin fonts. You can actually select any of the two, but I prefer to select the Franklin Gothic Demi, which is very okay. So after selecting that, copy. Then you go to the edit and type letter X. So after typing the letter X, this is where the work is. We need to use our mask to cut out some parts here. Now go to the mask, increase the mask exactly like this. Increase the mask like this. So as you can see, the way I'm doing it, increase the mask, then cut out parts, and let's see whether we are able to cut it very well. If we are unable to cut it very well, we need to try again. We must cut it without leaving any traces. We cut it without leaving any traces. Let's see. Let's cut it again. So good. So after that, we can use our zoom to zoom and see clearly if we were able to cut it very well. If we are able to cut it very well, no cause for alarm. Then we will go to the text and not edit. We type, we bring up a text like this as if we want to type. Then we position it to the center. We hide it. We allow it to go up like this. Then we go to the layer and merge the two together. Then after merging it, why am I doing this? So that I will be able to use the mask to cut out the second one, because we can't use the mask at the same time to cut the two parts. So after that, we can now click on a mask and adjust the way I'm doing like this. We adjust, you see. So we adjust the way I'm doing like this. So as you can see, then we enable it and click OK. Then we need to look at it critically to make sure that we are able to cut out the part without any leftover. Let's see. Then after cutting that part, we can use the zoom to see clearly. So let's see whether we are able to get this. We can now We can now move it up. We will use our position to move it up like this and position it here. Reduce it, position and shift. Very well. So very good. So after we are able to do this, we position very well. And the next thing to do is to, after placing it like that, then we merge it together. So after merging, then we lock it. So we're almost there. Then the next thing we're going to do right now, before we merge, we made a mistake. Before we merge, there's one thing that we need to do. So we haven't merged. So let's go to the color and select the red color for the X, because immediately we merge it, we won't be able to apply that. So let's select the red color. I don't want that red color. So you can go to color picker, go to the main color. Get to the main color. So we use this red, so which will be very obvious. Then that one will give us an avenue to select another red. Can you see? Then the rest color, we don't need to deal with it again. Then we can now merge. We can now merge together. So after merging it together, we will apply a little shadow. We apply shadow. Stroke. We apply stroke, a little strokes. Can you see? Then we can make sure that it's 2 or 1. 2 is okay. I believe 2 is okay. 2 is okay. So now, after that, we can now lock it, making 3. So that is the tedious work there. The rest are very simple. So now what we're going to do is to type the other write-up by the. So we'll go to our font, select the font that we want. So let's use this font as well. Let's use this by the. Then let's bold it. So we increase the size, or we unbold it. So let's position it here. Always follow the rule of alignment very well. So position it here. So after that, we can now reduce the size a little bit. Let's reduce the size. So good. Then the next thing we're going to do is to go to the type up and type spirit. So as you can see, click OK. Go to the font and select the kind of font you want. I want this Fra HV. Then after that, you increase the size exactly like this. then you position it under this. Just position it, but you make sure that you follow the principle of alignment. Let it rhyme. You getting it, so that it won't look bad. I'm getting it. Then you just bring it down a little bit. So after that, we're almost done. Then you can copy this. Copy. Then you edit it to host. Host means host, exactly like this. Then you position it here. Let it follow the principle of alignment to make it look more presentable. Then put the F in there. Okay, put it there. So we're almost done. Then we can reduce the size a little bit. Then the next thing, let's put the name of the host. Emmanuel Mensa. Emmanuel Mensa. Good. Then go to we can't give it the same font that we'll be using. We want something attractive and interesting. We prefer Mishra font. You can see Mishra font. We are going to change the color of all these cells one by one. Are you getting it? So after that, then the next thing to do, we're almost done. The next thing to do, we have to move this up a little bit. Let's move this up a little bit. So after moving it up, we'll move this up a little bit as well. Then we can move this up to create more space. So after we're able to do that, the next thing is to move the host up. We'll move the host up, then we'll move the name of the host. We'll move it up a bit. Then after that, the next thing we're going to do is to go to the circle. Then we have this circle being placed around here. Then after placing this small circle around here, then we have another circle where we are going to reduce the radius and give it the stroke like 3, which you can see. Then we'll reduce the radius and give it like 3. Then we'll make it small. Reduce the size as well, exactly like this. So after that, click OK and bring it down. So you can actually still reduce the size. You getting it? So after that, you position them very well. Position it very well, exactly like this. So you put it here, let it be at the top, front. Then the next thing is to set it very well. So after setting it, we are still coming back to that place. Then you go and bring another shape. So after bringing the shapes, you increase the size like this and you position it under this a little bit. Just put it here. So you put it under this. So after that, the next thing to do is to give it a color. Give it a black color. Then click on plus sign to increase, to make it deeper. So after you're able to do that, then the next thing to do, I think the details are not really too big, but if it is, we still need to adjust. You need to be very, very careful and watch as you are doing it. Just be watching. Don't just be assume. Don't just be thinking that everything is fine. As you are doing it, as you are designing, you still need to watch it back to look at it. Is it really making sense to you? You will know whether the design you are making is making sense even by yourself before anybody can judge you. If you make a good design, even without anybody telling you, you can really phantom that. So when you do something good, nobody will tell you that this thing is good before you know. It's only something that is bad that we don't normally think that is bad, except people call our attention to it. And at times, we don't really care. But in graphics, you need to be watching, you need to be creative. You need to be creative. So after this, the next thing that we're going to do is to finish our work. So let's go to our Facebook. Right up will be Diko our Diko Graphics. So you can see, sorry, Diko Graphics. That is my Facebook names. Then I will go to font. I will select this font, Fra DM. You see it? Then after selecting that, I will reduce the size. Very well. Then I will give it a space. Then I will position it here. But this one, I'm still thinking of adjusting it like this. Let's adjust it. So I don't want it to cover like that again. I want it to still follow the alignment at the top. Can you see? So I will now crop it small like this and position it. Make sure. So I can use this line to make sure that to measure it so that it won't go beyond each other. So you can see. So then what about the second one? You can click and move it like this. So move it like this. So after I do that, then you place it. So it shows that everything is right. So we can now leave this. Then you lock it. Now we have already typed our Diko. So we type Diko. Then you can position the Diko here. If it is too big, you can still recrop and bring it down a little bit. Then you just place the Diko here. Then the next thing is to reduce the size a little bit. Reduce the size to like 10 or 15. So 14 is okay. Then you go further by type the YouTube channel. That is Diko Graphics Design. So you can see Diko Graphics Design. That is my YouTube channel. Then position it here. Then what about my website? So you can check that as well. It is Diko Graphics. Blogspot. And check mini design here. You can download PLP there. It's not password. So how are we going to place all these things to make it more? Okay. Are you getting it? Then if that should be the case, we need to just use two particular we need to use two alone. So let's forget about the Facebook. Let's use our website, which should be here. Then we use our YouTube channel address, because you have to think very well before you start placing them so that the design will not be too busy. So after that, now let's go to our gallery and bring all these shapes that we'll just talk about. So this is website icon for people to know that this is our website address. Then you remove the color like this. You're getting it, background color. Then you give it another color. So I want to give it a white color. Remember, we have already used black as our background, so we can't place black on black. So we have to place a lighter color on a deep color. So after that, we bring it down and position it here. So you can see, we'll bring it down and position it here. So we move the right up very well, closer to it. Good. So after that, the next thing that we're going to do is to shift this a little bit. Shift it a little bit. Then let's go and bring our YouTube. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to use this. Then I will use it like this. Click OK. So I want it to show for camera. Now will give me ability to bring it down, position it where it's supposed to be. You can still reduce it. So I will position it to this, to here. I will position it here. So move it very well, position it where it's supposed to be. Good. So as you can see, we are done. So remain little things. So now let's go back to where the image is. Go to the gallery. As I said, you can get all the resources of this at the description of this video. So we're still using this image. Then you can reduce the size and position it here. Reduce the size very well. Then position it here. So you can see, position it here. Position it here. Very good. Then the next thing is to send it back, but use your hand this time around. Remember, we have placed many things. We didn't use the right there. We placed something on top of the background, so that's why we want it to be on that. We want our address to show, so we position it like this. So the next thing we're going to do is to put a finishing touch to our design by go into this. I'm looking for the logo of the church. So the logo of the church, I've seen it. Then we'll give it a white color. We can place this color on top of blue. So give it a white color. Then we'll position it. So we'll position it here. We'll reduce the size. Move it up a bit. Use our relative position. You can see. Use our relative position. Then the next thing that we're going to do is to write present. Let's move it up a bit. Then we have present. So we have present. Then this, we will reduce it and give it a line spacing like this, but it won't be too much. Then we'll reduce it, the size, and position it here. So as you can see, so the church present the exploits by the Spirit, hosted by Emmanuel Mensah. Then, without wasting much time, let's go. We have to apply texture to this. We apply the texture. Let's go to our this. Then we look for the texture. Pin interest. Let me see. Yes, we have it here already. Our texture. So you use it. Then use our this. So after that, then you go to stroke and apply stroke. 2 is okay. That one has done. Then change the color of this circle without fail. Change it to white. Then after that, we are still changing the spirit. We apply the texture as well to make it look awesome and noticeable. So this time around, we'll make the up to be lighter, exactly like this. We can do it this way or reduce like this. So after that, we click OK. So now we are going to fill the inside of this place, but I'm thinking the stroke should be 1. So let's go back and apply 1 stroke. So after that, the next thing to do is to go with our write-up. So we type 8 p.m. We have 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Then we'll put it, reduce the size to minimal level that the shapes can accommodate. Nobody will teach us that it must fit in. That is the objective. Then we click OK. We'll move it away a little bit. We'll move it away. Then we'll copy the same 8 p.m. Then we type every day, every Friday, every Friday, every Friday, every Friday. So after we type that one, we'll position it underneath. Then apply black color. So apply the black color and position it here. So position it here. Then the alignment, the space, reduce the space exactly like this. Now position it very well. Position it well. So still continue using this. So we're almost done. We're almost done. So after that, you can see that we're able to make a justification on everything. So what we're going to do next is to give this also, let's give it a color. Then use the color picker and pick out of all this color. So I want to pick out of this. So we have already put a justification on that too. So after that, there's nothing left. Everything is awesome, but we have to apply a little thing. So we come here and pick, select, look at the light. We want light reflection, we want light. So we can actually select anyone we want and position it anywhere we want. So I'm thinking of using this. It won't be color riot, or use this. So after that, then we'll come. So after positioning it there, then we click OK and copy and put it here. So we can now use the opacity to reduce so as to make it blend. We use the opacity here to reduce to make it look blend. Then the spirit should come front so that it will be shown underneath. Then after making the spirit look like that, then we make sure that we shift it. We shift it like this. So we are almost done with everything. So this is exactly how to make a church flyer on your Android smartphone using Pixellab. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Now the next thing is to just save our work, but make sure that you save your work with Ultra. That is the high quality.